Let's be honest for a second. Aging isn't easy, not for the body, not for the mind, and certainly not for a man's sense of self. The truth is, as men grow older, they often lose touch with something very human, their connection to their own bodies. They start to believe that desire fades, that passion dies, and that pleasure is no longer their right. But let me tell you, that couldn't be further from the truth. What if I told you that something as simple, as natural, and as misunderstood as masturbation could be a key to a healthier, stronger, more confident you, even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond? See, the word masturbation still makes people uncomfortable, but it shouldn't. This is not about shame. This is about health, longevity, and empowerment. For too long, society has whispered lies, that self-pleasure is wrong, that it's childish, that it means you're lonely. The truth? It's an act of connection, not separation. It's one of the most powerful tools a man can use to stay in touch with his vitality, his confidence, and his masculinity. Let's start with the science. As men age, testosterone levels begin to decline, prostate issues become more common, and blood circulation weakens. Regular, moderate masturbation, done mindfully, helps maintain healthy blood flow, supports prostate health, and even assists in hormonal regulation. It's not just pleasure, it's prevention. Each time you engage in it consciously, you're helping your body stay alive, responsive, and balanced. You're improving sleep, reducing stress, and even boosting mood, because the brain releases dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin. These are not just pleasure chemicals. They are life chemicals. But here's where most older men go wrong. They either overdo it, treating it like a secret addiction, or they suppress it entirely, letting guilt and shame rule their lives. The balance is everything. The secret is in awareness, in understanding that your body deserves respect. Mindless release drains energy, but mindful connection fuels it. The goal isn't just the orgasm, it's the process of rediscovering your body, of reconnecting with your sense of being alive. Breathe through it. Don't rush. Listen to what your body is saying. It's not about escape, it's about renewal. And gentlemen, let's talk about confidence. The older you get, the more society tries to tell you that your best days are behind you. But your best days, your strongest, most peaceful, most fulfilled days, can still be ahead. When you take control of your body and stop living in guilt, you stop letting fear dictate your masculinity. Masturbation isn't a sign of weakness. It's an act of strength when done consciously. It's saying, I still matter. I still deserve pleasure. I still own my body. You see, aging gracefully doesn't mean surrendering your passion. It means learning how to channel it. It means learning to respect your limits, yes, but also to embrace your power. Too many men wait until their health declines, their marriages fade, or their confidence breaks before realizing they had the tools all along to stay alive inside. If only they had known sooner, that pleasure, when guided by wisdom, could have been their ally instead of their secret enemy. So let this be your wake-up call. There is no shame in self-pleasure. There is only power in awareness. Take care of your body. Listen to its signals. Use pleasure as a form of healing, not hiding. And remember this: the fire within you never truly goes out. You just have to learn how to tend to it, because the man who understands his body is the man who never truly grows old. For generations, men have been told to hide their desires, to suppress their natural impulses, to treat pleasure as something shameful or unnecessary, especially as they age. Yet, one of the greatest truths about aging and masculinity is this: your connection to your own body doesn't fade with time unless you let it. The body may grow older, but it never forgets the language of touch, of sensation, of intimacy. What many older men wish they knew sooner is that masturbation, when practiced mindfully and healthily, is not only normal, but also profoundly beneficial for both physical and emotional health. Let's start by addressing the myths. One of the most damaging beliefs about masturbation is that it weakens men or reduces virility. This couldn't be further from reality. In truth, moderate, conscious masturbation can strengthen a man's body by maintaining healthy blood circulation, balancing hormones, and supporting prostate function. When an older man masturbates, He increases blood flow to his pelvic region, helping to keep tissues oxygenated and functional. This process not only helps prevent stagnation, but also improves sensitivity and overall erectile health, a natural way to keep that system active and responsive without relying solely on medication. The prostate, one of the most vital yet often neglected organs in male health, benefits tremendously from regular ejaculation. Medical experts have long noted that periodic release helps clear out old prostatic fluids, reducing the risk of inflammation and buildup that could lead to enlargement or infection. It's almost like an internal cleansing mechanism, nature's way of maintaining balance. Many men who avoid sexual activity altogether as they age unknowingly increase their risk of prostate discomfort simply by not engaging this natural process. But the benefits go far beyond the physical. The emotional and psychological effects of masturbation are deeply intertwined with self-image, confidence, and emotional well-being. As men age, they often experience loneliness, loss of physical intimacy, or self-doubt about their virility. These feelings can create emotional tension, frustration, and even mild depression. Engaging in healthy masturbation can be a way to reclaim control, to remind oneself, I am still alive, I still feel, I still matter. When done mindfully, masturbation becomes more than just release. It becomes a form of self-connection. It allows men to reconnect with their body's natural rhythm, to experience pleasure without judgment, and to release accumulated tension. It's a private moment of self-respect and self-affirmation. When you learn to approach it with mindfulness, slowing down, breathing deeply, staying present, you shift the experience from one of guilt or secrecy to one of empowerment and gratitude. Now, let's talk about hormones. When a man masturbates, the body releases a powerful cocktail of hormones, dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins. These chemicals play a major role in regulating mood, reducing stress, and even improving sleep. Dopamine provides motivation and pleasure. Oxytocin creates feelings of connection and relaxation. Endorphins help ease pain and promote a sense of calm satisfaction. This natural neurochemical response is like a built-in wellness system designed by evolution itself to help you feel centered and balanced. Unfortunately, too many older men are trapped in cycles of guilt, cultural conditioning, or misinformation. They associate masturbation with something juvenile or sinful. They don't realize that it's actually one of the most natural, restorative, and safe forms of self-care available to them. When this guilt fades, something powerful happens. Confidence returns. A man who feels comfortable with his own body carries himself differently. He stands taller, speaks with calm assurance, and moves through life with quiet confidence. He doesn't seek validation from others because he has already found peace within himself. Healthy masturbation habits also foster self-awareness, understanding what your body needs and when it needs rest. It teaches you to be in tune with your physical energy. When practiced responsibly, it never drains you, it revitalizes you. The key lies in balance and intention. It's not about frequency or performance. It's about presence, respect, and mindfulness. Older men who learn this lesson often say they wish they had known it sooner. They wish they hadn't let shame or misinformation steal years of connection and calm. Because at the end of the day, masturbation, when practiced wisely, isn't just about sex. It's about self-care, self-love, and self-awareness. It's about staying connected to your own vitality. So, to every man growing older, understand this. You are not less of a man for seeking pleasure. You are more of one for embracing it with wisdom and respect. The secret isn't in denying yourself, but in understanding yourself. The moment you start seeing your body as your ally, not your enemy, is the moment you begin aging, not just gracefully, but powerfully. As men age, their relationship with their own bodies changes. The hormones that once surged effortlessly begin to shift. Sleep becomes lighter, energy levels fluctuate, and prostate health often starts demanding attention. In the midst of these changes, one deeply personal yet profoundly misunderstood act, masturbation, can serve as both medicine and mindfulness when done correctly. The real secret lies in how it's done. Mindful, balanced self-pleasure can transform not only the body's well-being, but also a man's emotional health and sense of confidence. Let's begin with one of the most important areas for older men: prostate health. The prostate gland plays a crucial role in male reproductive function, but as years pass, it can become congested or inflamed due to stagnation. Studies and medical experts have noted that regular ejaculation helps flush out old fluids and toxins, reducing the risk of enlargement and inflammation. When a man engages in mindful masturbation, not as a compulsive act, but as a gentle, deliberate practice, he supports his prostate's natural cleansing cycle. This is particularly valuable for men over 50 or 60, as it can help prevent discomfort, improve urinary flow, and reduce the risk of chronic prostate issues. However, the key is balance. Overindulgence or compulsive behavior can actually lead to fatigue, irritability, and even hormonal imbalance. The secret that many older men wish they knew sooner is this: it's not about how often, but how present you are. When masturbation becomes a mindful ritual instead of a rushed release, the body responds differently. The breath slows, tension melts, and the brain enters a calm, restorative state. It's a holistic experience that benefits both body and mind. Hormonal balance is another major factor that changes with age. Testosterone levels decline naturally after middle age, often leading to low energy, decreased libido, and even mild depression. Mindful self-pleasure can stimulate the natural release of testosterone and growth hormones in moderate doses. It keeps the body's hormonal rhythm alive and responsive, but there's a subtle balance to maintain. Excessive or mechanical masturbation can actually lead to hormonal depletion, leaving you feeling drained or anxious. Think of it like exercise. Too little weakens the body. Too much wears it out. The goal is harmony, not intensity. Sleep is another area profoundly impacted by healthy self-pleasure. Many older men struggle with insomnia or restlessness due to hormonal shifts, stress, or physical discomfort. Mindful masturbation before sleep can encourage relaxation through the release of oxytocin and prolactin, the same hormones associated with post-orgasmic calm and emotional contentment. These natural chemicals quiet the nervous system, lower blood pressure, and invite deep restorative rest. Instead of relying solely on pills or supplements, men can use their body's own chemistry to achieve peace and balance. But perhaps the most underrated benefit of mindful masturbation is its effect on emotional well-being. For older men, the emotional landscape often includes loss of youth, of physical performance, of relationships, or even of self-confidence. Many internalize these feelings and begin to disconnect from pleasure entirely. Yet, pleasure is not a luxury. It's a biological necessity. It anchors the mind in the present, releases emotional tension, and reminds the heart that life is still vibrant and worth feeling. Practiced with self-compassion, masturbation becomes an act of healing, not hiding. It can restore confidence by allowing men to reconnect with their bodies on their own terms, free from shame or judgment. This is where mindfulness truly transforms the experience. Instead of rushing to climax, slow down. Focus on breathing deeply. Notice sensations without expectation. The goal is not performance, but presence. When the mind stops chasing release and starts honoring connection, the entire nervous system shifts from stress to serenity. Still, there are mistakes to avoid, and these are the lessons older men often learn too late. The first mistake is turning self-pleasure into an escape from loneliness or emotional pain. While temporary relief may come, over-reliance leads to emotional detachment and guilt. The second mistake is rushing the act, treating it like a mechanical duty instead of a mindful ritual. This drains energy and leaves men feeling emptier afterward. And the third mistake is ignoring aftercare, neglecting rest, hydration, or reflection, which can lead to physical and emotional fatigue. The difference between depletion and rejuvenation lies in intention. A balanced, mindful approach turns masturbation into self-nourishment rather than self-neglect. It becomes a meditation, a sacred reminder that the body still holds vitality and joy. When practiced wisely, it supports hormone balance, maintains prostate health, improves sleep, and nurtures emotional calm. So, to every older man listening, remember this truth. Your body isn't betraying you. It's simply asking you to listen differently. Pleasure, when guided by mindfulness, doesn't take your strength, it restores it. The greatest secret of all is that the path to vitality in your later years isn't about resisting your body's natural needs. It's about honoring them, gently, wisely, and with gratitude. Because a man who learns to master balance between restraint and release, control and surrender, becomes not weaker with age, but stronger in spirit, calmer in heart, and more fully alive than ever before. As men age, the truth becomes beautifully clear. The journey toward strength, peace, and fulfillment is not about resisting the body's natural urges, but learning to understand and honor them. Masturbation, when stripped of guilt and practiced with awareness, becomes more than an act of pleasure. It becomes an act of healing. It is a bridge between body and mind, a reminder that vitality doesn't end with age. It transforms. For too long, society has told older men to quiet their desires, to accept decline as destiny. But decline is not destiny. Disconnection is. When a man stays connected to his body through mindful self-care, he sustains his energy, his confidence, and his sense of purpose. Every act of awareness, every breath of self-acceptance, reignites the flame of life that time cannot extinguish. So let go of shame. Let go of the myths that say you're too old to feel, too old to want, too old to care. Because the truth is, wisdom is passion refined, and pleasure, when guided by wisdom, is power. You've earned the right to enjoy your body without apology, to care for it with pride, and to honor it with compassion. Remember this. Aging is not a loss of youth, it's the triumph of experience. And when you live in harmony with your body, with gratitude instead of guilt, you don't just grow older. You grow stronger, calmer, and more alive. The secret every old man wishes he knew sooner is simple. Self-awareness is the most powerful form of self-care, and self-care is the foundation of lasting vitality.